Hi everyone, my name is Junon. I have a health science background and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy, How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is an MBTI personality type assessment of Prince Harry because he recently did this very controversial interview with Oprah, and obviously he was with his wife when they were both interviewed. So what I wanted to do is really go into details. So I wrote some notes here, and I'm going to walk you through how can we determine someone's personality type just by using some of the things that we already know through the media. So the first thing that we need to understand when it comes to MBTI personality types is that they are grouped into four main ones. So the first one are sensor judgers, the second sensor perceivers, the third is intuitive thinkers, and the last intuitive feelers. Prince Harry, to me, seems like a sensor perceiver, and I'm going to explain why. First is that Prince Harry struggled in school. And what you'll see with sensor perceivers is that they tend to have a short attention span. They like things that are interesting, they like to move with their bodies, and Prince Harry comes across as a masculine energy. So when we look at the even the sensor perceivers, and I would type him as an ESTP to tell the truth, is that they are the ones who have the shortest attention span. They are the type of people who like action. They like to get things resolved right away. They are, in a sense, literally firefighters in terms of as an idea, so it's as a metaphor, and literally are great at being firefighters. So I would say with someone like Prince Harry is that he probably had a hard time focusing on what was given to him. And it's not a question of IQ. So a person can be very intelligent, but has ADHD or have a short attention span. That in terms of careers, he probably would do well as a policeman, as a firefighter, a soldier. And I mean, when he actually joined the army, he literally said that he felt like it was uh, the best place for him. So he felt that he really could connect with other soldiers. He felt like he was in his element, and he probably was because of the fact that he's a masculine sensor perceiver. The other thing also is that he is the quintessential realist when it comes to getting things done. And so he probably is very good at when there is an emergency. So he's the type of person who can think quickly, who knows how to survive in the moment. So he's not the type of person who thinks about the past or about the future. He's about what should we do right here, right now to make it through. The other thing also is that he is the opposite of the royal family. The royal family, or the firm, as it's been referred in the interview with Oprah, is that it is about tradition and duty. So the institution of the royal family are very much a censor judger type. And they are about hierarchy, it's about keeping the status quo, it is about following rules. So Prince Harry very much does not fit with the royal family. So he is the exact opposite of what the royal family is about. So he probably felt out of place all his life because of the fact that he really doesn't fit in. And the other aspect also when it comes to a sense of perceiver is that the theme of their lives is freedom and movement. And obviously this is the opposite of duty and tradition in when it comes to what the royal family embodies. The other thing also with is like Prince Harry, he probably is attracted to what is different because he's the creative type. So he probably was, drawn to someone like Meghan Markle. Not obviously she's an attractive woman, and they probably share other things, but the fact that she was different is what he probably found even more appealing. So the fact that she was biracial, that she came from in America, she probably, obviously has an American accent. So all this is something that is new, exciting. They don't want things that are predictable and the same thing every day. So when it comes to a percentage pursuit, especially the masculine type, they are they want something that makes them grow. They also, for instance, example, they would be very much interested in being entrepreneurs, so they take risks as well. So it is risky to try something new. They're not afraid of that. They actually want that in their lives. The other aspect also is that he is. I know that he has issues with his family, but this is not type who hold grudges. So if you had some kind of a problem with them, for them, okay, it's in the past and then move forward. So they're not the type to ruminate and think about, what you've done wrong to them. They're not the type to have this sort of like resentful type of personality trait. And the other thing also is that he has a spontaneous masculine way of behaving. So he probably is not very in touch with his feelings. I remember when he did mention that in one of his interviews, that when his mother died, Princess Diana, he sort of like suppressed his feelings by distracting himself. So he probably, maybe drank or dated, maybe he had sex or things like that. So he tried to sort of like distract himself with pleasurable things, because in his mind, well, if you can't do anything about it, there's no point diving into all this emotional stuff. And so that's why this can affect his relationship, because he does not want to explore these type of depths. So these are type of people who are not really emotionally intelligent, if we can actually use that as a word, because they're not the type who want to sort of like dive into something negative. They want positivity. That's, they're about fun. They're about action in the moment, and let's move forward, and about optimism. And also, I would say that this personality type should not marry young, because they still have to sort of explore and discover who they are. They like their freedom. So especially with, and I would actually type him as an ESTP. Marrying them young is probably not a good idea. You have to wait when they're older. So it's a good idea that he wait until his 30s to want to start a family, because I don't think he would have been ready at 25 to get married. I think most people are not ready, I would say, in their 20s, but particularly at that type. And when you actually look at, let's say, an ESTP's function stacks, the first one is extroverted sensing, has to do with action in the moment. So they're very much a physical type of personality type. And the second is introverted thinking. So when it comes to someone like Prince Harry, he probably is a pretty logical type of person. So if, let's say, we talk to him, you need to be accurate, short, to the point, which is a type of sort of a communication style that is great for someone who is, let's say, a policeman or soldier, someone or firefighter. It has to do with what needs to be done right now. Are you logical? Does it make sense? And can you apply it right here, right now? So to summarize, I would say that Prince Harry is an ESTP because he's about action in the moment. He's someone who's very much about movement and freedom. So he's someone who likes to take risks. So that's why he's probably a good soldier. He could be a really good policeman as well, or even a firefighter, or also he could be like a good business man. So in other words, he could, open up his own company and be a good entrepreneur. That would actually be a good choice of career for him. The other aspect also is that he is not very much in touch with his feelings, because he's the masculine, spontaneous type of relationship style. So he might be struggling, understanding his own feelings and understand other people's feelings. He's the type of person who probably doesn't fit in well with the royal family, because he is literally the opposite of what the royal family is about. Royal family is about duty and tradition, and he is about actually wanting something new and different. And he's probably the type of person who likes to interact with people as equals. So he's not a big believer in hierarchies. So I trust that this information was interesting and fun. So if you enjoyed it, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and we will talk soon.